So I'm not going to claim that this is the best deck ever made. It does seem to win more often than it loses, although when it loses, it seems to want to lose in the most frustrating ways possible. But it's also the kind of deck that just about every Magic player hates. It's, at its essence, a land destruction deck. And it centers around the Extinguisher Battleship. Ridiculously expensive. 8 colorless mana. When it comes into play, destroy target non-creature permanent. Notice that'll target lands, but it also will hit planeswalkers, artifacts, enchantments. Then this spacecraft deals 4 damage to each creature. Which is great, you know. A lot of small weenie horde decks out there right now that'll clear up the board, but you know, if they've got anything bigger, it just gets rid of a permanent. And then you can station it, and it will get flying and trample and become a 10/10 creature. But you got to station for 5. So how are we powering up this thing? Well, we're going to try and power it up with Lotus Fields. Now you're going to say, well, those aren't great because you got to sacrifice lands to get them into play. And you'd be right, normally. Which is where the other clutch play in this deck comes into play. Blood Sun. So we're running a lot of tap land or shock lands. And early game, you might want to shock in 1 or 2. But when this comes into play, it makes it so that you don't have to tap them, and or have them either come into play tapped rather, or shock them in. It also gets rid of the requirement of sacrificing lands when you play the Lotus Field. Sadly, it also does get rid of the hexproof, but that generally isn't that big of a deal. So we need to get those out as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Well, how are we doing that? Well, once we have the Blood Sun in play, we've got Song of Seasons, which is a great way to find it. You'll notice that our mana base is all mountain and forest cards, except for the Lotus Fields. So this is always going to find a Lotus Field and a couple of other lands. So that'll help cheat out the Lotus Fields. We've also got the Sowing Mycospawn, which, while it does have the potential of doing land destruction itself, we're not running any colorless mana in this deck. This is here solely because it's 2 mana cheaper than the Primeval Titan, and the land comes into play untapped. Which, unfortunately, with the Primeval Titan, even with the Blood Sun in play, it still comes into play tapped, because the land isn't, the text on the land isn't putting it into play tapped. The text on the Titan is. So this is just here to be a body and to get a cheat out for our Lotus Fields. And we're also running in 1 other creature in this deck, or 2 other creatures actually. We've got the Paradise, Birds of Paradise, just, you know, a flying 1 mana dork to get some early ramp / mana fixing. And then we're also running Oracle of the Alpha, which is great because of the scry. It's great against mill decks. If for some reason they're able to get past our Guy's Blessing, that we can keep throwing more cards in the deck to slow down their mill strategy. It's also handy to get the Time Walks so that you can get the really cheap extra turns into play. And then we've got a couple of tutors. We've got Assemble the Team to try and find what we're looking for. We've also got Wishclaw Talismans. You know, you'd think that Wishclaw, the downside of having to share it with your opponent would put you off of it. But honestly, it's not that big of a deal. They can have an extra card. We'll get 2. And the real fun begins when we do finally get the Extinguisher Battleship down into play, using tools like Doppelgang to make lots and lots of copies of it. Also lots and lots of copies of our Lotus Fields, and lots of copies of our Blood Suns for card draw. And then for a cheaper, slightly less good version of that, there's Devastating Onslaught, which will create a bunch of temporary tokens of target creature or artifact. So we can actually use this to make a bunch of copies of the Extinguisher Battleship to board wipe, take out all the lands, take out planeswalkers, enchantments, what have you. And we can also use it to make copies of our creatures and just attack in and go face with tons of temporary creatures with haste. And, we got Utopia Sprawl, which helps with ramp and mana fixing. Oh, also Dig Up, which can help with, early game getting the land colors you need, and later game acting as a tutor. And that's pretty much the deck. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of games, and I can kind of show you how it plays. I think we're currently, where are we at? I think we're Platinum Tier 1 with this deck. I have previously made it into Diamond. I've never gone any further than Diamond Tier 3, I want to say, with it. So, not a bad opening hand. We've got a Blood Sun in hand. We've got an Assemble the Team. We've got a Devastating Onslaught and a Song of Seasons. So, and enough mana to cast at least the Devastating Onslaught and the Blood Sun and the Song of Seasons. Hopefully we'll draw into something that'll get us the ability to use the Assemble the Team. For now, we're going to keep the 7, and we'll just start playing out lands. So it looks like we're on a life gain here. All right, well, we're going to play that. We're actually going to shock it and give ourselves some black mana so that we can run that Assemble the Team eventually. The next play is actually going to be to put out the Blood Sun. We want to get those Lotus Fields into play as soon as we can, especially now we got some decent pressure from the Ocelot Pride. So we'll pay the 2 life, drop the Blood Sun, draw a card. Would have been handy if it would have been the field, but it was not. Well, it looks like they're going to get a little card draw off of us. Oh, boy. Well, we're probably not going to win this one. They're outpacing us considerably here. So we're going to play Song of Seasons. They're going to get a card. We're going to get a Lotus Field. And we're going to drop the Stomping Ground. We'll put out the Blood Crypt. And how much we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 1 in hand. Let's see if we can actually get the Battleship. Yeah, we got the Battleship. Perfect. We're just going to lose those float manas. So I don't think they're going to kill us this turn. We'll see. They are going to probably make an Angel, which is going to make them feel real good for about 30 seconds until we kill all of them and then take out one of their lands. Oh my, look at all those things. Look at all those things. Goodbye, things. Goodbye, land. And they're probably going to play out a land and play out of the thing. Ooh. Player class. Fountain of Renewal. That's okay. You can gain life. Ah, you can gain life. You're going to gain lots of life. Or are you? So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 8. So we can do this for 4. So let's do that for 4. And we'll just get rid of that, and get rid of that, get rid of that, and let's get rid of the Claire class too. You can gain all the life you want. And that's it. Scoop it up. They're done. Let's go on to the next game. So that looked really good for them. Actually, it was looking really good for them. We got kind of a lucky draw there. So what do we have here? Start with the Battleship in hand. We got a Talisman, but yeah, I think we're okay. We're gonna keep this. It looks like we're going against Eldrazi. This might be an interesting matchup. Can't decide if they want it. Do you want it? They really just don't know. Makes me wonder if they kept a bad hand hoping that they'd draw into something. All right, we'll play the forest, and we'll play that for black. Ooh, Crystal Grotto gonna scry again. Oh, well, that's handy. So, you know what? They're having a hard time finding what they want. We can help them find it. That's fine. They can go find it. We're gonna find it too. Ooh, Mind Stone. Gonna use that Wish Claw? Come on, use the Wish Claw. Oh, boo. Alright, well, we'll play the Blood Sun, which is going to stop all of this silly scrying. We're going to play that. And let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we put out the birds and they don't kill it, that'll give us the Battleship on the next turn. All right. What do you got? You got 4 mana. What are you going to give us? Hedron Archive. All right, cool. We might actually take out the Hedron Archive instead of a land here. It's objectively the better item. Yeah, use it. Oh, thank you. You just gave us 2 extra mana next turn. Cool. All right, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go get another Lotus Field. Boop-a-doo. We're gonna play the Lotus Field. We're gonna tap that, and we'll play the Extinguisher Battleship and take out that Hedron Archive and pass our turn. Ooh, Forsaken Monument. Making us work for it. All right. Well, let's see. I think we can do 2. I think we can do 3. I think we can doppelgang for 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, no, miscounted. So only 2. 2. So we're gonna do that, and I think I want the extra land. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that because they can use it for card draw. And then, let's see. We've got 3, 6, 7, 8 left. So 8, that'd be 7. Be 6, that'd be 3. So let's not be greedy. Oh, they scooped it up. That's another one. I was considering waiting a turn, but I figured, nah, let's go for it. And then they decided, oh, we don't want to play with this person anymore. All right, one more time. Let's run this one more time. Zelda Bird. All right, so here is a bad, a bad hand. We're gonna mulligan. We'll probably keep this and throw back the Guy's Blessing. The assembled the team can hopefully get us the Blood Sun. We're probably gonna have a hard time this time. What are we working with here? Uh-oh. We might have counter spells. We'll find out here in a second. Well, they're definitely holding up with some kind of... Okay. I'm okay with that. Excellent. Blood Sun is what we wanted. Thinning Ice. All right. And get our card draw. Oh, that was a good draw. So hopefully we could drop the Lotus Field and go get a Song of Seasons with the Assemble the Team. All right, we'll play the Song of Seasons. And I think we'll drop the Steam Vents. And let's put a body out. I feel like they're holding up a counterspell of some kind. I don't know. Maybe it's creature interaction, like a spot removal of some kind. Well, if they tap out, they're done. That's it for them. Oh, that's fine. I'm pretty sure that's it for them. Drop the Breeding Pool. And what do they got? Well, that's probably the most useful land they've got, so we'll get rid of it. Sure, I'll play a Wish Claw. So I can... Oh, yeah. Using their blue mana here hurt them. So we're going to do it for 4. I think I can do it for 4. And I'll be surprised if they don't just scoop it up here. There it is. So that's it. That's my Extinguisher Battleship land destruction deck.